Welcome back to Beyond Bourbon. Today we have a review video that's something a little different than normal.
Yeah.
So we were very appreciative for Highline sending us a bunch of samples. So Highline is a newish spirits company, and their slogan is Inspired Spirits. I like that a lot. And I like the label.
A classic,
yeah.
clean.
The website's amazing if you guys just want to go down there and like check it out. They're full bottle shapes. You put a picture up here. Also really neat. So we're very thankful for them sending us not just one sample, they actually sent us 4 samples.
4 and the bigger size too, which is much appreciated.
Which we always think, because like...
There's 2 of us.
Yeah, exactly. There's 2 of us, and then by the time that you film something, you go through an entire sample basically. Yep. And if you want to go back and try it again, see how your palate changes, whatever, you have nothing to do that with.
Or give it to someone else to try.
Right, because like we've done that before. We don't have our samples over there, but like just the normal like 2-ounce ones. I mean, you have like nothing. Like it's basically just one video worth. So this one, it's super fun, especially like you said, getting people to try it, because that's kind of what we want to do with these samples, is like get people to try them, get them out there and stuff. So they sent us 4. So they have the bourbon, and we'll go through the details as we taste them. Kentucky straight whiskey. This one's the American whiskey, and then the Triple Rye. The Triple Rye was actually on Fred Minnick's Top 100 when he did that blind.
You said 80s-ish, maybe?
Double check before. 68. So it's better than I thought. Okay. And it's a 97 proofer, and we got 97. Okay. So the Triple Rye did get 68th place in the top 100, which is an amazing feat.
Yeah,
congratulations. To be even on the top 100, to be through that process is awesome. So I'm looking forward to trying that. We've not had any of these before this video, so you're going to get our honest and first reactions.
We'll kind of one last too, so we'll kind of build up to it. It'll be kind of nice.
And then, as always, we're not paid to do this or anything, but these samples were sent to us for free, so we're very appreciative for that Highline.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, let's go and start with this one.
All right, the bourbon.
So the bourbon is a blend between a 5, 6, and 8-year whiskeys. And there's 2 high ryes from Indiana, which I'm assuming is MGP.
More likely.
And then there's 1 from a Kentucky heritage distillery that is a high malt barley content. So pretty interesting to get the high malt barley and then also the high ryes.
Yeah, very different, but that might make it nice.
No extra sweetness from the corn coming in from that though. No. So that's going to be interesting. This sample we have is 102 proof, but I believe that when you buy a bottle, it's 100 proof. I don't think that's going to make a difference. If our palates can taste the difference in the 2 proof points, I'll be amazed. But
yeah, I don't think we could.
Just wanted to let you guys know before we go into any further.
Yep.
Oh, good nose.
Yeah, really
unique, good. Right? Like that is.
I get a little MGP, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It kind of has the palate nose to it, honestly.
It's not like fruity. I guess it's not super sweet from the corn, but it does have some like good grain notes that come through. Kind of like bready, like a bakery you walk in, you know? Very,
very good.
It's pretty savory.
It's pretty savory.
Like,
definitely dulled in the sweetness. I guess that's the mash bill right there. You can kind of get the malted barley kind of pulling through.
I like the nose though.
Very nice.
Ooh, wow.
That's good.
That's a good mouthfeel.
Very good mouthfeel. Nice and warm.
I did not expect that.
Not
sweeter on the palate.
It's a little bit sweeter on the palate. It kind of has a nice progression from. It's very syrupy.
Yeah, that's
really good, like a light syrup on that one.
I'm a fan of that though.
Almost, it's a very honey actually.
That's exactly what the note is.
It's like a honey in your tea or something, right? That's what we got.
And you kind of get the mouthfeel the honey gives you too. It's like the thicker. It's like very sweet though.
Very straight honey right there.
The nose is not giving away any sweetness yet for me still, after even tasting it.
Maybe less.
That's, I mean, just as good on the palate though the second time.
It's really good. That's really, really good. I like that a lot.
We'll go through at the end and tell you our favorites and our recommendations for each thing.
Rank them or something.
I can't really say anything right now about this one, but other than it's good.
I really like it. I like the palate on that one a lot. I wish the nose was a little sweeter. But the palate is really good on that one.
Okay, second one here.
Kentucky straight Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah.
Straight Kentucky whiskey. 8 years aged.
This one is the 100 proof one.
100 proof. So excited to try this one. First thing that caught my eye was the lightness in color.
Yeah, so we were not, I wouldn't say concerned. We were definitely had some questions.
It just kind of like,
Yeah, as we're looking through all the information, this one is an 8-year-old whiskey with the high malt barley content. It's actually like more of like a single malty blended Scotch kind of thing going on here.
That's the color.
Yeah, makes a lot more sense now.
Yep.
And it also, I guess, could be using a used barrel.
Yes.
That could be the difference there as well with the color. So I don't know what's causing this to be lighter, but something is because this is at most 8 years old, and you can just tell the color difference there. So we'll get into this one.
I drink whiskey not by the color, but by the taste.
It's true.
So let's see.
It sounds like a toast.
It did. Toast.
That smells good. It's much sweeter than I was expecting, right?
It's sweeter than the bourbon.
Not a lot on the nose. I think you can definitely I can see this being a part of that blend. Like the back of that nose there I'm getting of like kind of that grainy maltiness note.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It's good.
Ooh.
That's good.
I've not had anything like that.
No, me neither. I feel like it kind of reminds me of something I've had, but I can't put my finger on it.
Old Medley or Medley Brothers.
It doesn't have a maltiness at all.
No, I would have never told you.
It doesn't drink like a Scotch. It doesn't drink like a malt whiskey at all.
Wow. That is much better than I was expecting.
Yeah, because I'm not a huge Scotch guy. I don't like high malt products usually. That's actually really good.
Going into this any bit blind would be a great experience because you had no clue. Like, we're going in, looking at the color, we're looking at the age, we're looking at all this stuff. So I would love to know what one of the stop blind. We have to do that eventually.
We will have to. That's why we'll save some.
Yeah.
But it would be really, we can't even get the names right. When we see them in front of us, if it was blind, it would be a mess.
That's something I'm going to pour, not every day, but like once a week I could see that being like
It's nice and light.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to like, have something super heavy. It's kind of like a lighter version of this, maybe.
Gosh, that kind of has like a popcorn note to it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's really good.
I don't know if there's some rye in there either, too. I get a little bit of that kind of classic rye spice on there.
I'm a huge fan of that, though.
Yeah, a little honey. Again, I get a little bit of that honey drizzle.
I would definitely check this out if you guys haven't. We'll talk more about that at the end, but this is something that's going to be unique to add to your collection.
Yeah.
You're going to have an 8-year light-colored Kentucky whiskey that you can be like, oh, everyone's going to be like, oh, this is that bourbon? You're like, no, it's actually not.
It's actually not, but it competes with some bourbon, I think.
For sure.
Yeah, that's good.
So this one is the American whiskey. 112 proof.
Yep.
And it is a blend of 5, 6, and 8 bourbons, which
yes.
we think was probably the same 5, 6,
Yeah,
and 8
because it
as
said
that.
some high rye and then
Also barley, I think.
So I think it's this.
But also added this one is a 7-year wheat whiskey.
Blended in.
And then they are all aged in Kentucky, or American, French, and Hungarian toasted oak
casks. And this is cast strength.
Cast strength at 112.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Which could be, though, just lower barrel. I guess it has to be pretty much lower barrel proof entry. Or a wheat whiskey bringing it down. I don't know what you barrel wheat whiskey at usually.
Yeah. It's not a bourbon, so the rules are different.
We have said it so many times already by pouring these. The color on this one is beautiful.
A full bottle of that would be really dark and rich. That's definitely due to the different toasted barrels it's in.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it's like this one with a little extra, that's going to be good.
I said from this one, I've not had anything like that. It's very unique. I don't even know what to expect from this one.
I'm ready to go,
though. Ooh, that's got some toastiness on it for me.
I like that. I love that. I got some marshmallows for sure, like marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, that marshmallow fluff. I love marshmallow fluff. So the only wheat whiskey I think we've had is the wheat whiskey Woodford bottle and bond one.
Yeah.
Terrible. And so we have this bad idea of wheat whiskey in our mind just because it's the only thing we've had. Actually, I've had Bernheim.
I tried some Old Elk wheat whiskey, and that wasn't too bad.
Okay.
It was better than
Dude, we hated the wheated.
The wheated bourbon. It was trash.
Okay. But this one does not have any of the funky notes that I usually get with the wheat whiskeys.
Not at all.
Or even wheated bourbons.
I get like some light sugars, like almost like a cookie icing type.
That is so good. It almost smells like the snickerdoodle cookie is what I get on it. Also a little butterscotchy, maybe some butterscotch pie. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that does smell like butterscotch pie. But like
I like that a lot.
Butterscotch schnapps. Like it has a little alcohol
in the background.
Wow. Ooh. That is still
much different than these, but similar. Same way.
That is so oaky. It's so that is good though.
That's this one's cousin. It tastes like this one with extra. I love it. It's got a better mouthfeel than this one. Deeper, darker flavors, longer lasting finish. Sweeter, much sweeter.
Much sweeter.
That's that wheat and that
toasted,
yeah.
That tastes like a s'mores on the palate, like almost to a T. The chocolatey.
Super s'mores. I get almost like a really sugary cereal.
Yes.
Like cereal milk almost.
Wow.
Almost.
The nose does not give away nearly enough what you're going to expect on the palate.
Not at all. It's very subverting my expectations.
Oh my gosh.
That's really good.
There's no astringency that comes through. Usually on those, like, I always refer to Electric Egg Toasted for the toasted products that have the astringency, but that is just pure sweetness. Gosh,
it's not
these
over.
People are doing something different.
It's different. That's
right. Like,
each one of these products is super unique, and they were able to take the same product and do something completely different with it. That's really good, and it's not over oaky either.
Something I don't It's not something I would usually go for. Like an American whiskey that's 112 proof, you're like, no, what am I really getting here? But I would check that out now after tasting it. I'm like, so far, I think that's the bottle I would buy.
I think that's my favorite one out of these three so far. And I guess it could, if it was depending on barrel entry and everything, this could technically be a bourbon base, maybe based on the mash bill. I don't know for sure, but it tastes like it would be a bourbon.
Oh, it can't because it's wheat whiskey mixed.
That's true, but like the mash bill overall would be like a 50% corn.
Yeah, I don't know that the overall mash bill would be. Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm just saying, like, if you blind this, I would confuse this with a bourbon. It's very bourbon-like.
With the toasted finish especially. Like that, the toasted comes through so much on that. Man, that is really good though. Next is the Triple Rye. So this one is 97 proof, and it is a blend of 3 ryes, hence the name Triple Rye.
Yeah.
5, 5.5, and a 10-year rye.
Ooh.
I know. Gets a little age.
The oldest thing we've had out of these 4. This is the one I'm excited about the most, actually.
Yeah, because so this one got 68th place in Fred Minnick's Top 100.
That's
amazing.
That's an impressive feat.
I think we already said that already in this video. But
that's an impressive feat. And all these are really good, so if this made it and these didn't, this has to be pretty good, right?
When we got these samples, I guess like a couple weeks ago, we just haven't had a chance to film yet, and I was watching the Top 100. I was like, we have one of those. We get to review that. Like,
that's awesome.
Definitely smells rye forward. Shocker.
That's completely different than these 3.
Spicy. A little vegetal.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit.
I like the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any complaints.
It's just coming off the toasted double oaks.
Maybe we should have switched those two. Yeah. I think when we just lined these up, we didn't know this one was toasted yet. No. So we probably should have switched them.
Yeah, that's like a complete different nose on that one.
We have cleanser palates and since we should be fine. But the nose is very...
Definitely smells less proofy than the other 3. At 97 proof. I can get that on the nose, right?
Not as much ethanol is coming forward, but it's still extremely flavorful. Like there is so much coming off of that. For me.
I agree.
It does have a little fruit.
A little fruit, about to say, a little bit of fruit, like tropical fruits too.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Definitely not like a classic fruit in the grocery store. It's something like
I feel like this is like a pineapple
mango.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Like if you're sitting on a beach, and this would be a perfect beach drink, just off the nose. Now the palate, I don't know what to expect with the rye, but
it has a peach margarita nose to it.
Oh, that would be peaches for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not what I expected off the nose.
That mouthfeel. That reached my gums, like in my cheeks. You know, like
that was an instant burst of flavor. Like as soon as I took a sip.
That is good.
Whole mouth was full of flavors. Very unique too.
Nose not as good as the palate. The palate is just like.
I really love that there's the 3 different ryes blended. You can kind of taste that complexity.
And I think I like that proof.
I do too.
Right? Like I don't know if I want much more of that because it has so much flavor already.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I say like 97 proof. Yeah, keep it there.
Ryes are definitely an exception for that. Right?
Especially this one.
Yeah.
Like this one is.
It's rare to find. I don't really like 90 proof ryes either, though. I think this is a perfect proof for a rye.
Wow, huge fan of that one.
That's really good, and it's so complex. Like usually when I have a straight rye, it's just one note, quick. This has got a lot of complexity. That's a tasty sip.
The second one is better. Like that was all 4 of these. I'll have a quick overview statement, then we can go back to the rye.
Yeah,
are not only different from each other, but very different than other people are doing in the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So often do we see a new company come out with a 5-year-old bourbon.
5-year-old bourbon.
And then we have your typical
straight rye.
Yeah, a typical straight rye.
And then something finished in either Amburana or a French oak or whatever.
These are all very different. I also like the transparency. Not often do you see on just the website. This is not like a media release or anything. This is just we got all this information straight from the website. It has the year of blends. What all is in the blend. They have tasting notes. We didn't look at it in tasting notes because we like to go into these blind.
Yep.
But I think that's something I really enjoy is when I go on someone's website and I see all this information. How often do we when we're doing like bottom shelf, we have to look up and go through like 7 websites to find a mash bill.
Yep. Somebody's review from 2 years ago reviewed it and
this is not released, but this is what we think it is. This is what we We think it's 5 years old. It has to be at least 4 because it's not stated. What all that nonsense. That's not the case for these people, and I really do appreciate that.
Yes, definitely check out that website. It's right here.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
Yeah. It has all the information on all 4 of these products. I would recommend all 4 of these.
I would too. I mean, for 4 very different times.
It's rare that a company releases 4 products and they don't have at least one that's kind of a stinker. All these really subverted my expectations, were better than I expected.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm impressed with all these.
I'm gonna go through.
Rank them?
Yeah, I'll rank them. Oh.
Giving scores is just difficult. Let's just rank them, right?
4th place. I think mine is going to be the bourbon. Are you just?
I'm gonna say this one.
This one I liked because it was
unique,
but also my expectations. It's light colored. It's not a bourbon. It's a straight whiskey, and it just kind of like exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Is your third the bourbon, or was your third? What was your third place?
My third is this one. Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna switch these two because that was my third place. So I was gonna, that's why I was gonna make it a little easier.
Yep.
Both of these are still really good.
Yep.
Like these two are just much better.
Yeah,
Not much better. Even these two are better in our opinions for our palates.
Correct.
2nd place.
This one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And then the 1st place clear.
I
think this one, like as we were going through
my palate,
I was so excited to get back to this.
Yes.
Like it's like I was after drinking that rye, which this is clearly we really liked this in 2nd place. I was so excited to come back to it already.
Take a nose of that.
Oh my goodness, it's
opened up.
Yeah,
it's like
that is so good. That toastiness of that
definitely get you a bottle of that one.
Man, if I was gonna buy one bottle of this, it would definitely be this one.
This one, and then this one second for sure. This one is basically this one on steroids. So this one obviously is gonna be better than this one. Definitely check all these out though. I would recommend all these.
Yeah. The bourbon is $66.99. The straight whiskey is $51.50. The high rye or the triple rye is $82.50, and this one is $145. Now, knowing that, I think I would still recommend one of these two.
Yes.
$145 does get very expensive.
Yes, it does. And
this was really good though.
This is the best one out of the 4, but the most expensive. So price kind of. This is the cheapest.
Actually, I think that's probably how we ranked them. That's how you ranked them for sure.
The cheapest one was this one.
Yeah.
So this is a really good steal for that $50 range.
$8 age mark, and for like that's
great.
really,
that's a steal.
Yeah.
And then this one is a really nice entry proof. Like if you want to, before you try this one, you want to try this one, see if you like this one first. Nice price at $70 price range.
Yeah.
And then this one is probably the best value here,
I would
right?
say so as well.
That triple rye.
With the 10-year
You're
rye
getting
in
a 10-year rye for under $100, right? So
10-year rye in the blend.
Yes.
But this one, I would say, I would definitely pay $100 for it. $150 maybe one time. I would try it if you can find it in a bar or something first. Because that is, we understand. Like our bread and butter is bottom shelf stuff.
Yeah.
So we understand $145 for a lot of beginners is like, I'm never going to spend that.
Yeah.
We said
when
that
I
many
started,
times.
I was like, I will never spend more than $50.
And then we have like 12 of those bottles. But like I would definitely try this at a bar first if you can. If not, they actually have a couple tasting rooms as well. So maybe go to the website, check out where those tasting rooms are. If you're anywhere close,
that's a great idea.
Go there because it's really, really good.
It's worth a try.
I don't think we can express that enough.
I mean, they put a lot of, there's like 4 different whiskeys blended into this, different ages, different barrels. I mean, they're putting some work into it. It's not like they're just jacking the price up for no reason. Like the price is warranted for how much work to put into the product, I think, right? So
thank you guys for watching, and thank you Highline for everything
so much.
you've done. These samples were great, and we really look forward to see what you guys do as a company next. We'll see you guys next week.